Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Danny, and let's rethink Jesus, okay? Now, let me ask you a question. Are Christ and Christianity the same thing, or are they two totally different things? Now, if you're like most people, you'll say, well, didn't Jesus come to start Christianity? So it's his religion, they're inseparable. Well, give me 5 minutes and let's think about that. And you might just come away with a different view and see that, hey, Christ and Christianity really aren't the same thing. They are very different. So let me start off by saying that Jesus was not wanting Christians, he was wanting disciples. And to be a disciple requires a great deal more effort, but the rewards are far greater. So let me give you an analogy. Let's say we're out of shape or overweight and we want to get in shape, so we sign up with some health and fitness guru, or we want to become a black belt in a martial arts, so we go and we find a master in the arts and we sign up to be trained. Well, if we do the program and we do the right eating and the exercises and the things, the program that is laid out for us, we will become healthy and we'll become strong and we will receive the black belt and become like the masters. But if we sit on the couch and we consume pop and donuts and chips, we're going to go the other way. So what would it mean to be a disciple of Christ? Well, it would mean following the program that is laid out by the master. And it's found in this teeny weeny little bitty part of the Bible here called the Gospels, the red letters that Jesus actually spoke. And to be a disciple, well, this is what we have to do. He said we deny ourselves by putting into practice these things. And if you notice, there is nothing in here that is religious. These are universal truths. They don't belong to any religion. They don't belong to any people. There are no chosen people that are greater than the others. We are all equal according to Jesus. And we all have the same potential to become like he is. And his actual message is that the disciple, that's us, are not above the master, but if we are fully trained, we can become like the master. But we do it by doing these. And these are things that any atheist, anybody of any race, religion, nationality can do. They're universal. So when I talk about being a disciple of Christ, it means doing the things Jesus actually spoke with his own mouth in this little part of the Bible here. Now, there's no belief required in doctrines. Now, Christianity, on the other hand, is all about believing doctrines, because in the 4th century, this was pretty much set in stone at the marriage of church and state, the Nicene Creed, and creed means to believe, or I believe. So here's the creed, and these are the doctrines that we are affirming. Yes, I believe in these doctrines that were given to me by the state hierarchy. But we can't have hierarchies and build empires from the red letters here, the teachings of Jesus, because he's taught that we have direct access to God and we don't have to go through a middleman. And the kingdom of heaven is found within us, and we can realize our oneness with the Father just like Jesus did. And we are to love our enemies, pray for those who hate us, and blessed are the peacemakers. So we can't fight wars, and we can't have hierarchies if being a leader means living a life of service and sacrifice to others like Jesus demonstrated in things like washing the disciples' feet. But Christian religion from the 4th century said, oh, no, you got to come through us to get to God. And the kingdom of heaven, no, it's not in you. It's up in the sky after you die. And boy, you say you're one with God like Jesus? That is blasphemy. And we've got to fight wars to get rid of the infidels and the heretics. And we need our palaces because we can listen to God more clearly when we're sitting in our palace. And then we tell you what to do. So Christianity won out in the West because of the might of the Roman Empire behind it. But I would bet the farm that if Joseph Smith, who invented the Mormon religion about 200 years ago, would have been around back then with a lot of Mormons, and if the Emperor Constantine would have called them to the Council of Nicaea and given us the Mormon Nicene Creed, and then put the full power and wealth of the Roman Empire behind the Mormon church, building churches and temples and tabernacles, and forcing every citizen to convert to Mormonism and go through the sacraments and rituals and teach the children to be a good Mormon, and would it do that and under penalty of death? Well, the West today would be Mormon instead of Christian, and all of the Christian apologists today would be Mormon apologists. And if Mormons hear me say that, they would probably hit me with their King James Bible and tell me that they're the only true Christians, and the Catholics and Protestants are the fake ones. So go figure. But that's the way belief systems work, because once a totalitarian government forces its citizens to believe a certain doctrine or creed or religion and forces them to teach their children, and it's integrated into the whole social life, well, children grow up in it. They don't know any different, so they accept it, and it takes on a life of its own. It's a self-perpetuating system of belief that's passed from parent to child until enough people wake up and see how the system is being used to control and give us our perception of reality, control our minds, and then we can break free from the system. And when enough of us find this out, we can change the world for the better, bring the kingdom of heaven here to earth. So to me, Christ and Christianity are two different things. And when following Jesus went from actually following Jesus, the program he laid out for us, doing these universal truths that make our life and the world better, changed it to believing in a set of doctrines about Jesus, well, then's when hierarchies all of a sudden could control the minds of the masses. And Jesus kind of got lost beneath and buried beneath a lot of doctrine. So my next video in the 10-part series is going to be answering the question, did Jesus actually come to start a religion, or to set us free from the mental indoctrination that was being used by hierarchies, powerful hierarchies, wealthy power hierarchies, to control the minds of the masses? I'll see you then.